Okay, and so we're back. So as far as our actual pool surface here, I would definitely steer towards getting this evaluated just to see what is going on there. We do have some other areas that have just a little bit of wear, you know, on the pool surface. And if you kind of look around the actual coping around the pool, definitely needs to be cleaned up, possibly even regrouted. Yeah, just some love. You can kind of see.
Yeah.
At the deep end, we do have an anti-vortex drain cover installed, and actually our pool light is working for us. The light switch is that single one that's just hanging out by that little bank of switches back by the door. Now your pool fence is stored in the garage. Definitely suggest just installing that and just kind of keeping it there. Now I did get up into the attic for us. Now attic was a little bit difficult to work around with just because it's like a tiny little path and then it opens up this whole area here. So I was able to get through, and I tell you, it was like I was like an acrobat up there. But looking at our actual sheathing up here, we can't really see a lot of the sheathing either because we have this radiant barrier installed. So the big thing that I look for in those cases are moisture stains on the actual insulation, or actually that area just hanging down or you know in bad condition. And in this case, I didn't find any of that. So looking throughout the attic, this is actually towards the back patio. I know you can hardly see it. All of this is all towards the back patio here. Looking like we're in good shape here as far as ductworks. Here, just a little bit of a gap, so I was able to kind of peek through just a little bit. But again, nothing that I saw up there was of concern. All right, so up onto the roof here. Looking like we're actually in really good shape. The only thing I have for you guys is just it needs to have that typical homeowner maintenance at this point. Definitely want to get up onto the roof and have those shingles sealed back down, mainly on our ridges here. Okay, the valleys were actually pretty well sealed down at this point. So looking at our actual shingles, condition of the shingles is looking great. Again, it's just like some of these roof penetrations, I would have these recaulked or resealed just to make sure we just don't have any moisture trying to penetrate in those areas. Out the back, looking like we're in good shape. Here's our gutter out back. It's kind of stuffed up with some leaves there, so it's definitely time to get that one cleaned. And then here's what I'm talking about on the ridges. Now I don't go around lifting up a lot of those shingles because the roofers, they really say, why did your inspector do that? They think that if it's already loose, you're gonna make it looser. I don't know how that works, but so looking at it, I would just get that stuff sealed up. Here's what I was talking about with some of those penetrations there. I know we have flashing that kind of extends under here, but we just want to be a little bit safe with that stuff. Now onto the kitchen area, we did have, it almost looked like we had some moisture staining down below the sink. Now there's no active leaks or anything like that at this point. It's just whenever you store stuff underneath the sink, I would just put them in some sort of container. Now looking at the dishwasher is just a little bit worn as far as the calcium buildup on there, or I'm not sure exactly what that material is. But I would just go ahead and give it a once over as far as cleaning, but it did function for us. Here's our stovetop here, all fully lit up. And your oven was actually the most accurate oven that I've seen in a long time. So now some of the doors, as you can kind of see across the kitchen here, just need some minor adjustments to them. At first I thought something was just kind of holding it open, but no, not in that case. Now this is our garage door coming in, and you can just see that little tiny tab sticking out down there, and that's some of the weather stripping. And then as far as our actual laundry area, we're looking good. Again, no leaks under the sink in the laundry room. And I'm not sure if the washing machine stays or goes, but at any rate, whenever you come in, make sure you do have the metal braided hoses. I know it's a small thing, but it'll really save your butt in the future if something does happen. Now, as far as our cabinets in here, one thing I noticed was just the different colors. It almost looks like they painted one of the cabinet almost the same color as the wall and left the other ones white there. So, and I'm usually not great with colors like that. So, so as far as our dining area, again, just typical maintenance around the windows. I didn't see anything too crazy. The upper secondary bedroom window up there, the right side window is just a little bit difficult to operate, so a little bit more maintenance on that window. Now looking at our actual tracks and sliders, I do want you to get the tracks and wheels and all that stuff lubricated, because these first two doors kind of stick together here. And then the other one here, I would just do some adjustments to the actual locking mechanism. It locks and unlocks.
What do you lube those with?
You can use like Ivory soap,
okay.
or you can actually go to Home Depot and Lowe's, and they actually have a product for like slider doors. Ivory soap is the old school way, and it's a good school way. So there's our pool light all lit up pretty. Again, just some caulking around the windows. Secondary bedrooms. I did notice a couple of door stoppers missing around the house, or not missing, but just not installed around the house.
Right.
Looking at the other secondary bedrooms here, just a little bit of caulking along the window to windowsill area. And then I did have just a little bit of difficulty kind of latching that door in as well.
Which door is that?
This is going to be the door with the pink room here.
Okay.
So this middle secondary bedroom here.
Okay.
Yep. Now looking at the ceiling, I know you can't see much here. When I turn the flash off, we just have a little bit of a seam, and it's right there by the stairs. You can hardly even see it. At the master bathroom, looking like we're in pretty good shape. It's just time for that typical maintenance. Caulking. You kind of see some of the seals on the actual shower enclosure starting to get deteriorated, but of course we do need to caulk again as well. Now when it comes to the corners and all that stuff, either use caulking or grout. Grout typically looks a little bit better when you put it in. And then it is time to clean up our vent fans. They're almost not breathing at this point. Now the toilet tanks were loose at the lower level here. Okay, so that includes that rear hallway bathroom. Upstairs we're in good shape with that toilet tank. I know this looks stupid, but I do stand in fiberglass tubs to make sure we don't have any stress fractures. As far as our plumbing, again, looking like we're in good shape underneath the sinks. And then basically moving along here, upstairs again, same thing. Or I'm sorry, downstairs again, same thing. Loose tank, little bit of a chip on the actual tub there, if you kind of see that. You can go to Home Depot and get those little paint touch-up kits. And then again, just caulking or grout in the tub area. Now, one thing I did notice when I pulled up on the shower diverter here, you can kind of see we still have some moisture coming out of the shower faucet. Same thing upstairs on that bathroom too. Now, here's our cooling. You can see we're coming in about 71, coming out about 56. So we've definitely hit our lower air temperature differential here, okay, on the lower level in unit 1. Now, upstairs we were getting only about 10, like I was saying. So as far as that's concerned, I would definitely have that system serviced. Okay. Now here you can, this is my attempt at taking this picture. Here you can kind of see we're coming out about almost 112 degrees. That is definitely right in the wheelhouse as far as a gas system. Gas systems are quick recovery systems, and they're gonna you probably could get up to about 130 degrees coming out of the vents. Again, upstairs, you know, you can kind of see when we pull up on that shower diverter. Oh, sorry, this was downstairs again. Now, one thing I did notice upstairs on the wall, okay, you kind of see like, this is right in between the bedroom and that upper bonus room area. I think that this is a paint smudge. I did put my moisture meter on it, and we're in good shape as far as moisture. Yeah. So I'm just, you know, I'm kind of...
I think they had a child that painted because I saw the carpet was
okay, okay, wonderful. So, all right, I'm not losing my mind here. Now, upstairs, here's where we got it. So you can see we're going in at about 73 degrees. Coming out at about 63, so we want to see that minimum at 14 degrees. So we're only at 10 there. Okay.
What's that mean?
What does what mean?
As far as, does that mean the air conditioner is?
It's not functioning properly. Okay. That's exactly.
Probably has to have refrigerant, just service.
Or a servicing in general. You know, it could be dirty. You know, I wouldn't say blower chambers. I would say more so probably just refrigerant and you know something, but you would have to talk to an AC guy about that there. Now, as far as our upper bedroom, like I said, this is the window that was just a little bit difficult to operate, but I didn't have any issues where it just wants to fall back. It's not really the slide tensioners at that point. And then here you can kind of see we do have smoke and carbon monoxide, so we're in good shape there. Alarms, not in the house. Sorry.
I knew what you meant.
Here's our upper common area. So we're looking good here. And then one last thing is I couldn't get that light at the middle of the stair landing up there on. So I think it's a burnt bulb. And then here's our upper temperature. So we're at 102 coming out. So really looking at it, I'm not seeing anything crazy. I think the biggest things for me are going to be our cooling unit that's hitting 10 degrees, and really our pool there that has that blemish in the surface there. So that's what I'm seeing.
Okay, and then to add to that, Kathy and Harrison, the termite guys, termite and mold are not there. We're all clean.
Wonderful.
So, all right.